Well, many of you know my father recently passed, and we had his funeral service last weekend. And I was honored and privileged to be asked to represent the family and eulogize him at the service. I accepted because I knew it would be a twofold thing for me. One, writing and journaling has always been therapeutic for me, and as a therapist this makes sense. But I'm also a Libra, so, you know, how else do I get out of my thinky head? Maybe some of you all can relate to that. But the second thing is, I truly wanted to do this to honor my dad. So this inspirational moment is more about that process of writing that I went through. Initially, with my dad's passing, I felt only a glorious and miraculous sense of peace. And I think I was actually allowed to feel a little of what he felt as he crossed over into the light. That lasted about 24 hours, and then the grief and the sorrow came. And it was in that place that I began to work on his eulogy. And a good friend of mine told me anger may come too at some point, so I braced myself for that. I sat there for many hours reflecting on my father's life, trying to put pen to paper. I cried, I reminisced, I listened to songs about Vietnam, because yes, he was also a Vietnam veteran. And I let the grief and the sorrow and the sadness flow through me. The anger never came, and maybe that stuff is buried deep still, I don't know. I'm not sure, but maybe it's already been purged too. But at the end of all of this, what I noticed is I was left with the love. And then the words came, and that allowed me to commemorate his life and share what my father meant to me. And I felt the same sense, that same sense of peace again. And I thought, isn't this exactly how it is in the end, or should I say, the beginning? When we're all burst back into spirit, and all of that confusion and that darkness and that fear falls away, and all we're left with is light and love. We are returned to that all that is. And it just felt amazing to me as I sat there all day in quiet reflection doing the work, that once you've moved through the pain of it, all that is left is what really matters. The love, the peace, it's like the veil is momentarily lifted for us too, just as it's lifted in death. And we return to that place of pure, utter peace. And it felt so beautiful to be there, if only even for a few moments. Now sometimes too, I believe we can all distract ourselves from the pain of loss instead of doing the work. We've all had that friend, right? Or for me, it's clients a lot of times that immediately upon breaking up with someone, all they can seem to remember are those good times. The laughter, the love, the fun, and they got there without doing the work. But maybe that's because it's our true nature. Nonetheless, I'm thinking, seriously? These are the people that are serial cyclers. They break up, they get back together, they break up, they get back together, and for the past year or whatever, all we hear about is the stonewalling, the criticism, the lack of validation for their thoughts and feelings, or worse yet, the lying and the cheating, and now you want them back? Okay, maybe that's just me, but the point is we all seem to go to that same place and want to just remember the love. I've learned, and I really got to experience it again in these past weeks, that the pain we experience with loss, or with any part of life really, has value. Whether physical pain or emotional pain, it's a signal that we're experiencing something that is out of alignment with our true nature, and that's why it hurts. It's like the check engine light going off in your car telling you there's a problem, something is out of alignment. It hurts and it registers as pain because it's not who you really are. It is out of alignment with the love and the light and the all that is you. And isn't that why we are really here? Yes, we all have that same purpose to give, to love, to serve. But if we reframe that, we see that in this world of duality, we are also required to shed that density. The fear programs, the self-limiting beliefs, all of that pain tells us is that we're out of alignment. Something is out of alignment. And when we do that, we can more fully give, love, and serve, and be that which we are, that light and love. And if we're lucky, for a moment, peace reigns again.